Matt, first of all, how does it feel just to get that much?
So good.
And not just to win, but convincing.
Very good. We finally came together and pulled through and got her done.
Yeah, you had some close games in Puerto Rico. Was that a little frustrating just because you were getting close?
Yeah, we've gotten better progressively, I think, but it's nice to finally just finish it off and get it done.
What do you think the key was tonight, or keys for this one?
I think practice. I think we've been battling in practice, and Coach says trust the process, and we've trusted the process, and we've come every day, and I think we've started to battle harder and harder, so it finally paid off.
It's easy to say that, but it's probably not so easy to do it when you're 0-7 and talk about that. But the need to stick with it.
It's frustrating, obviously. I mean, 0-7, no one wants to be there, but I mean, I guess I don't know what your question is.
How important is it to not get down on it? Just like you said.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Doing what you're doing.
I think this team is so good at staying close. I mean, this is a family, and I can say that about every one of them. They're all my brothers, and that's why we pulled through. I think is because we're so close, and it doesn't matter we're 0-7. Like Coach says, we started the GLIAC today. We're tied for first in the GLIAC, so why not come out and give everything you have?
Yeah, you've had a good year. You talk about your progress, like where you improved, and what you did in the off season. Also, how nice it was nice to see some outside shots fall.
Yeah.
To compliment your inside.
Not tonight, but yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, as a team.
Yeah, as a team. Yeah, Nick finally came out and had a great game. I mean, he's had good games too this season, but he had a great game tonight. And Lamont, yep, both of them.
So how do you feel about your play so far this year?
It's been fun, yeah. I mean, I just come out and try and attack every play, and I'm really trying to focus on my rebounds this year. Last year I didn't. I mean, Coach talks about know your role, and I think that was my role coming in, and I kind of got away from it, and I'm trying to get back to it this year. So I think that's helped me, and it's helped me be more aggressive too.
Really nice offense, very efficient. I thought you guys ran good offense, shared the ball, and that helps me to knock down open shots too.
It does. I thought we executed and handled most of the time their pressure because they want to speed the game up, and I thought we handled that pretty well, especially in the second half. We didn't shoot as well in the second half, but we had some more possessions because I think we had 9 turnovers in the first half, one of them a shot clock violation. But we were really efficient as far as scoring the ball, made some really good reads, whether it was a rip and a drive to the rim, or we probably had more jump stops, discipline, pivoting, and finding open guys. And not only that, I think we only had probably one bad pass that I can think of in the first half. I know we had one in the second half where it was to a perimeter guy. So most of those passes were in the shooting pocket where guys could catch and shoot. So I thought we showed a lot of patience there. Probably a couple times a little too unselfish, where I thought we could have gotten to the basket, or we were there and probably should have shot it and we made another pass. But that's a nice problem to have at times. But the thing that I was really pleased with, and I didn't want to jinx it, didn't even bring it up at halftime, is that we were winning every hustle stat, and we finished the game doing that. Like we talked about, it's the first game all year that we've had more points than our opponent off of turnovers, and more second effort points. I thought that was a big thing early. We got the lead because of our second efforts, not because of the initial shot, because we struggled with some of those, and I think even Rel got in there and had a put back as a point guard early. So I thought that was really the difference. And then when we settled down a little bit, first couple possessions, Nick Spitzley in particular on Kennard, who is really good off the dribble, was jumping at his fakes and allow him to get going the direction he wanted to, and we got a couple fouls early on that. And I thought after that, Nick and several other guys did a good job of taking away that drive and just, we call it walling up, and making them shoot over our shoulders, and then we rebounded well out of it.
Well, you talked about his points off turnovers, and just take care of it yourself. I think each half you guys had a couple of really good, you settled right down and did a much better job of taking care of the ball. That's huge, isn't it? Because that's really been the one biggest Achilles heel this year, I think.
Yeah, I think the guys are sick of us talking about possessions and take care. But in fairness to them, and I've said this all along, even in the radio show last night, that if you would tell me that I would like an 0-7 team or like coaching an 0-7 team ever, because I've told our guys I've never been there as a coach, I think you're crazy. But I have liked how these guys have responded and have continued to fight and have been willing to learn. I'd be willing to bet there's not many teams that start out 0-7. Now, we play a challenging schedule. It's not like we don't play guys that we can play bad and win. But I'd be willing to bet, and it kind of piggybacks what Matt said, that there's not too many 0-7 teams that have the fight that our guys still had coming into every game. I think with few exceptions, maybe Parkside was one where really we seemingly didn't have a whole lot of interest in playing at times, in the first half in particular. But I'm really pleased with the way these guys have stuck together when they've been challenged and what have you. It says a lot about them.
Interesting you had Brad at the point to start. Was you just trying to mix things up? Did you do that in Puerto Rico, or is this a new?
No, this was the first time. It was just a coach's decision on some things that happened in practice, and I'm really pleased with how Jarrell responded today on the bench. And we brought Yuri in, and he struggled, and he doesn't usually struggle the way he does, especially shooting. But he struggled, and before Rel even came in the game, and this I've got to give him credit because I'm one of Rel's biggest critics as well. But he was talking to Yuri about settling down and what he needed to do. That shows a lot of leadership right there.
Any thoughts on Saturday? Ashland's always a good team. I heard you telling Chris they're a little bit bigger. Just talk about their matchup briefly.
Well, they have bigger guys that handle the ball. They still do a lot of ball screen, more in the middle of the floor, roll and replace type things, and try to pin you down or get downhill and go to the rim. Last year they hurt us on that a lot. So that's going to bring up a challenge. They're a very disciplined team. They don't play, Tiffin relies on getting you sped up and making turnovers and getting easy buckets out of that. Ashland doesn't mind running the floor, but they're a much more disciplined half-court, grind it out, take advantage of those things. So it's going to be a more physical game. Probably be more the pace that we're looking for, but it'll be a more physical game.
Okay. Good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks.